Alright, everyone, buckle up because today we're diving deep into the Meghan Markle saga like never before. From chameleon-like charm to strategic takeovers, we're peeling back the layers of her Hollywood and royal playbook. Trevor Engelson's chilling warning, 2 words that echo like prophecy, she'll close, and now, looking back, it's downright terrifying how accurate that was. Who was really in control in this fairy tale romance? And just wait until we unpack the vision boards, calculated moves, and Hollywood fallout. Trust me, you're not ready for the drama coming next.
Look,
I've met a couple times her ex-husband. I'm sure that
Meghan's?
Yes, I met him like personally.
And I think the reason she can't win for losing is that there is a lack of identity. And
Meghan Markle, she knew how to come in and be a chameleon and say what he wanted and get him wrapped around her finger and make him fall for her and maybe wear the mother's perfume allegedly and do all of those things and wear the mother's clothes.
So you guys were irritated that that trailer for her show was perfect, like Martha Stewart, real simple, perfect. And then you were irritated that she was super all natural.
Street smart enough to bag this eligible bachelor, okay? Prince Harry was the most eligible bachelor on earth. This ginger, hot prince. Women across the globe, billions of women would have done anything.
Bethenny Frankel isn't just sharing gossip. She's giving us a blueprint of Meghan's mind, straight from someone who lived inside it. Trevor's words, she'll close, weren't about love or compatibility. They were about strategy, ambition, and laser-focused acquisition. Think about it. Every handshake, every smile, every public appearance was calculated. And the most shocking part? Trevor wasn't bitter. He was just brutally honest about patterns he observed firsthand. This isn't just a romantic story gone wrong. It's a high-stakes chess game where Harry was the ultimate prize, and the world only just realized it.
Brand coming out where the name has changed from, I guess, American Orchard to As Ever. And I think the reason she can't win for losing is that
Lobby of the Soho House in Chicago and just sort of like flirted and then started talking and then met once in LA very briefly. We talked about doing a project. He said his ex was a woman from a show called Suits. I didn't know what the show was. I didn't know the woman.
To the audience, like first we're in Montecito and it's all perfect, which would have been fine. Commit to the bit because they do live in, I think, like a $23 million house in Montecito and it is pretty pristine. So commit to that.
The woman, months later, I see pictures in Us Weekly of Harry's dating someone and I text him to be like, is this your ex?
That you were willing to say,
Well,
it wasn't that crazy.
The Meghan and Harry thing has history because I came extremely dangerously close to cancellation for saying Crimea River when she was doing the open.
Frankel, of course, Meghan Markle was going to close that deal. She was not going to let Prince Harry go. Okay, she was going to go down that aisle and become the Duchess of Sussex no matter what. The issue, though, with Meghan Markle is
Perfect content. And then the name changed to Ever After. Someone on social media said it's because it was denied. The trademark was denied. So rather than just...
Right, a lot of these women who I deem to be sociopathic, they know how to get themselves to the top. They can put themselves in the right place at the right time. They can tell guys what they want to hear. They can get them to fall. Almost always crash and burn. And we've seen it time and time again with these women. They marry famous, rich celebrities. They get the guy.
Okay, let's pause here because this is next level. Meghan Markle's vision board wasn't cute or whimsical. It was a tactical playbook. Prince Harry's face on a cut-and-paste board before they even met? That's premeditated, strategic, and honestly chilling. Every public smile, outfit, and red carpet moment was rehearsed for maximum impact. This was strategy in its rawest form, acquisition over affection. And the bigger question, if someone can engineer a relationship like this, can anyone really trust what they see? What would you do if you found out your partner had been meticulously plotting the perfect courtship?
Cool and beguiling and interesting and kind of just chill girl and get them to fall for you. Okay, they get the wedding, they get
The brand is called something else. And I think what's going on is since the two of them left the monarchy, they've never been able to really get their footing because there's an identity issue.
over in the UK right now eating crumpets and scones and doing ribbon cuttings and being beloved. And with Meghan Markle, right? She got the guy, she got everything, but because she's her own self-sabotage.
Kind of a lot of, I don't know if you stirred up controversy or took heat or anything, but it was like everyone was so surprised that you were willing to say, well, it wasn't that crazy.
The Meghan and Harry thing has history.
Don't have wicks, okay? That is who Meghan Markle is. And if she had just stayed over there in the UK a little bit longer, all these celebrities would be kissing her ass. They would be kissing her ass. Now she's begging them for invites, allegedly, to their parties.
For saying Crimea River when she was doing the Oprah interview. I said something that now is so widely viewed. I was early. If you're early on an opinion, you can get killed. And I think I'm allowed to have an opinion about how someone's handling themselves. I think they seem like lovely people. I'm sure they're nice people.
Would have been royalty, right? The way people line up for Catherine, William, Charles, Camilla. Sarah Jessica Parker was just over in the UK with the
royal family. You're going to dress a little differently. You're going to act a little differently. The muted tones will surface, okay? Wonderful. They live in a beautiful home in Santa Barbara. He's a prince.
Fast forward to Tinseltown, and suddenly Meghan's blueprint starts to backfire. Hollywood insiders are recoiling. Even the Kardashians have purged her from social media. Every gala, every party, every attempt at networking is filtered through that same she'll close lens. Strategic charm only gets you so far. Authenticity is the currency here. It's brutal, but it's reality. You can close a deal, but you can't buy loyalty or respect. And watching Meghan scramble for influence in Hollywood after successfully capturing a prince? It's a masterclass in short-term wins and long-term consequences.
To say that she was, of course, going to close the deal and get the guy. I agree with that. But I've seen this film 1,000 times before. The girl knows how to get the guy, but then for some reason there's a little voice in their head that sabotages it all, right? There's some form of maybe maintenance.
Was a duchess, so she's got a glossy, perfect show of her house. What is she supposed to do? Be like me and have seaweed in her teeth? Like, she's in Santa Barbara in a $13 million. It's okay.
Or some type of emotional imbalance where they can't keep the train going and they crash and burn.
You say to me, why do you talk about this? Why do you talk about Meghan and Harry? And then I think, you know what? They're right. Like, why do I? And then I start reading what people are saying and the news, and you can't believe that it's real. Why?
Here's where it gets painfully clear. The infamous Poppy incident during Remembrance Weekend wasn't a slip, it was a statement. While Harry wore his poppy in honor, Meghan deliberately snubbed it. Every gesture, every interaction, weighed for personal gain. This is the blueprint Trevor predicted. Calculated moves over genuine connection. The optics were brutal, and the public noticed. Veterans, military families, royal watchers, they all saw it. It's one tiny flower, but in Meghan's world, it's a reminder. Authenticity doesn't exist when strategy dominates, and everyone around her can feel it.
Partying with people who have sex tapes and document every aspect of their life in every nook and cranny. So good for you, Meghan Markle.
Because they're demanding that the photo agency turn over the footage. I swear to you, this woman needs to get on the Housewives. Just get on the Housewives. They're like the Salahis breaking into the White. Just be a housewife, lean in, be infamous, because it's not going that great. You alienated It was Team Meghan. That's what you don't get. I was so excited. Like, it was a woman of the people marrying into royalty, and I watched the wedding, and I was excited. I thought the dress was ill-fitting, but I was excited. She went to the Carolyn Bessette School of Fashion for her wedding dress, and I was into it, and I loved all of it, and I just love what she chose to wear and all the neutral tones, and I leaned in. I knew it was like she was wearing sort of a royal costume, but I was into it. And then they left, and I thought, oh God. And then I talked about the Oprah interview and came dangerously razor edge close to canceling. It was just catching up to me several years later, but I got reamed, destroyed, lost business deal. Stop, just basta, stop. The problem is sometimes if you get too far in and you don't know which way to go, they're like swimming halfway between Cuba and Florida, and they don't know whether to go back or to keep swimming, so they just keep swimming, and we just hope they don't drown, because it's just, and they just keep having to prove their point. Like no, let me, one more thing. What, I gotta say one more thing. No. So now they want the footage. Why? Just, if you know that your friend's address is really private, the Upper East Side, and you just don't want people to know, stay at a hotel.
Now let's talk about Harry, because he's the silent casualty here. A prince raised in duty, service, and connections suddenly trapped in a transactional marriage. Every royal duty he gave up, every career sacrifice, leveraged for someone else's strategy. The prophecy, she'll close, reads like a warning of emotional devastation. And now, years later, the dead eyes, forced smiles, and palpable exhaustion on every red carpet make it impossible to ignore. This wasn't romance, it was acquisition. And Harry is left paying the emotional toll while the blueprint of Meghan's ambitions continues to unfold.
And the chase is so dangerous. Just slow down and stop the car. Get out.
Gonna close, and he's like, oh, she'll close. And I don't want to get into more about that, but he was like, she'll close. So
one thing about Meghan Markle, she is of course going to close the deal. I said it at the time, okay, Meghan Markle, she is smart and street smart enough to bag this eligible bachelor, okay? Prince Harry was the most eligible bachelor on earth. This ginger, hot prince. Women across the globe, billions of women would have done anything, okay, for a date with Prince Harry. To come in and be a chameleon and say what he wanted and get him wrapped around her finger and make him fall for her and maybe wear the mother's perfume.
It's all come full circle. From the vision board to Hollywood rejections, Bezos party dramas, and social media snubs, the pattern is unmistakable. Meghan could close the deal. She acquired Harry, but sustaining relationships? That's a different story. Bridges are burned, alliances are lost, and the glamorous fairy tale she built is collapsing under its own strategy. Trevor's prophecy was prophetic. We're watching ambition collide with reality in real time, and the fallout is messy, inevitable, and yes, deliciously savage. This is the ultimate lesson. Calculated charm only carries you so far when authenticity is missing.
Get him to fall in love with her. So I agree with Bethenny Frankel. Of course, Meghan Markle was going to close that deal. She was not going to let her deal and become the Duchess of Sussex no matter what.
To sum it up, Meghan Markle's rise was precise, calculated, and strategic, guided by a blueprint only insiders like Trevor Engelson could see. But as Hollywood and the world push back, the same tactics that captured a prince are now colliding with reality. Bethenny Frankel's insights validate everything, showing us the consequences of a life built on acquisition over authentic connection. And for you watching, if this drama left you as speechless as us, smash that like button, drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more explosive celebrity breakdowns, because with Meghan Markle, the story is never over.